Hi, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Dana with the Data. So today I'm going to be talking about what I'm calling the new Coon Party. Yes. So we have this fake Black Panther Party that all of a sudden emerged in Philadelphia. And then we also have Jasmine Crockett, who is now calling ICE agents slave patrols. And I'm calling this the new Coon Party because we have these Black folk that are all up in the cameras and in the media trying their hardest to lump Black Americans, whether you are FBA, ADOS, Freedmen, but Black Americans trying to lump us with illegals and immigrants. No. So I'm going to play this clip here of Jasmine Crockett and her ignorant statements. And we're going to go down the rabbit hole of the new Coon Party. But before I get started, make sure you like and share this video and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell button to get all notifications.
Thank you, Representative Garcia. We'll now go to another member of the Judiciary and Immigration Subcommittee, Representative Jasmine Crockett from Texas.
Thank you so much, Madam Ranker, and thank you so much to our amazing colleague, our amazingly strong colleague. I've heard so much and I have prepared remarks, and if you know anything about me, you never know where I'm going. And frankly, I don't either, because I have already cried this morning. So I'll just start here. As a civil rights lawyer, I'm incensed. As an American, I'm embarrassed. As a human, I'm infuriated. And as a member of Congress, I am immovable in my pursuit of accountability. You see, right now, people want to pretend as if this is right or left, but I'm here to tell you that this is about right or wrong. And it is very sad that the only people that are sitting here are members of the Democratic side. So I guess we just want to stand on the side of right. For once, we will be associated with being right instead of left. Because my question to any of you, and I just go down the line and ask you, is it right or wrong to arrest someone because of the color of their skin?
Absolutely not.
Is it right or wrong to arrest somebody because of their accent?
Wrong.
Is it right or wrong to arrest somebody because they were exercising their constitutional rights?
It is wrong.
Is it right or wrong to arrest somebody because they simply disagree with you?
It's wrong.
All right, so it seems like y'all all went to elementary school and y'all can tell right from wrong. I'm not really sure what is going on with ICE right now, but I can tell you, and as we heard earlier, this is pure racism. I don't know why we want to tinker around with it and pretend as if it's something other than what it is. I like to call a thing. And he has told us time and time again who he was when he talked about certain people being from certain shithole countries. Those are his words. The only reason I'm cussing in this moment. When he said things like they are eating the cats and dogs. We knew exactly what we were getting. And some people are saying, I don't know how we got here, but I do. Because we know that dehumanizing, I believe that you said something to the effect of cruelty and humiliation are the point. That's what you said, Miss Patty. Because when we look at other places, say places that did things like, go door to door, looking for people as they had to hide out, say in an attic. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Or the images that I have seen of people being attacked by law enforcement, whether we're talking about dogs or fire hoses, it seems very reminiscent of something that we have seen before in this country. And then people get offended and try to say I'm too black, but the reality is that y'all never let the fact that I am black go. So I'm going to be clear about one thing. I know my good black history. And so when I look and I say, and I will say it loud and proud because the DH secretary had a few choice words for me, but this looks like modern day slave patrols. And they have been sanctioned by this Supreme Court. Whoever thought we would live in a country that progress looks like having a Supreme Court that says, yes, it is okay to look at somebody or to listen to their accent and give permission to grab them. The last time that I checked, ICE is only supposed to be doing immigration enforcement, and And right now we have a record number of U.S. citizens that have not only been arrested, but as we saw with Renee, that have been killed, that have been maimed, that have been bullied, that have been brutalized, that have been unlawfully arrested. Y'all, we are living with an abuser right now. That is who Trump and his administration is. And frankly, I think we all have a little bit of PTSD. But if you know anything about a domestic abuser, the one thing about them that you need to know is that they are some of the biggest cowards that you will ever find. What they can't stand is when you actually fight back. And so thank you so much for everybody in Minnesota. But it is time for our entire country to stand together. Because if you don't recognize that we are all in the same sinking ship, whether you are black, white, Latino, African, whoever you are, the reality is that we have an administration that has decided that they are going to ignore our constitutional rights, and we will not stand for it. Otherwise, our democracy will fall. So I just got this to say because she is flanking
Thank
me.
you, Representative Crockett. We got some
United we
people that
stand,
got to make
divided
some
we fall.
planes. So thank you so much.
So, as you can see, they are having their Democrat House Representative powwow on anti-ICE. You see Ilhan Omar, Jasmine Crockett, a whole bunch of white liberal women. I'm calling this, they're part of the new Coon Party as well. And Jasmine Crockett didn't say anything. She didn't say anything profound. Only thing she did was just race baiting. She subliminally mentioned Jews by saying people who had to once hide up in attics. And of course, she had to bring up civil rights movement, Black people that were attacked by dogs and getting hosed down with fire hydrant hose. Black history. She knows her Black history. No, she doesn't. Because if she knew her Black history, she would never compare the suffering and plight of our ancestors here in America to illegals. And then the ultimate slave patrol. She is equating, during slavery times, the slave patrols to ICE agents today. And if you want to, she always calls Donald Trump a racist. But Jasmine Crockett is truly the true racist here. Because not only is she disrespecting people who are doing their job, following the Constitution, carrying out our Constitution here in America, she is disrespecting, defaming, and belittling not just the American Constitution, but the people who are trying to uphold it. They're doing their job. She also mentioned SCOTUS, the Supreme Court. She's saying they're not doing their job. She's saying that they're siding with the ICE slave patrols, insulting our Supreme Court. Why? Because you didn't get your way? They didn't rule in the Democrats' favor? And what does immigrant enforcement, what does ICE enforcing the law mean? That means if your name is on a list because you are an illegal, I'm going to approach you and ask you for your identification so I can make sure that you are that person on our list being here illegal. Show me papers that you are here legally because you are on the list to be deported. That has nothing to do with a slave being owned by somebody who was not allowed to leave a plantation. And if they were to leave a plantation, they had to have a piece of paper giving them permission to leave a plantation to go maybe run an errand for their master. Illegals and immigrants came here on their free will. That is a big difference. Jasmine Crockett is going to lose the Democrat primary for Texas Senate race. How can you Why do you think that you can win? How can you win if you are constantly saying white people are racist? Texas is a very racist state. You need white people to vote for you. You need Democrats and Republicans to vote for you. She is not going to win the primary. And this clip here that I'm about to show is The Hill, which is a very liberal media outlet.
Shows Democratic Texas State Representative James Tallarico is leading Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett by 9 points in the Democratic Senate Texas primary.
An Emerson College Nexstar Media survey released Thursday shows Tallarico with 47% support and Crockett with 38%. And we should note here that Nexstar Media does own The Hill.
The polling shows Tallarico gaining support from Hispanic and white voters, winning almost 6 in 10 from each group, while 80% of black voters in the primary sided with Crockett.
Men sided with Tallarico by 22 points, while women were evenly split between the two Democrats. Tallarico, a former middle school teacher, raised more than $13 million since launching his bid in September.
Now, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer told Politico earlier this week that he views Texas as a, quote, very possible pickup opportunity.
Jasmine Crockett is already 10 points behind Representative James Tallarico. The primary election is March the 3rd. She's not going to be victorious in the primary. If she wants to have a job, she needs to stay her ass in the House of Representatives. She is not going to be the next senator of Texas. And if she does end up beating James Tallarico, there's going to be some cheating involved. So let's talk about slave patrols, right? An organized group of white men in American South beginning in the 1700s, tasked with controlling enslaved people, enforcing slave codes, suppressing revolts, and returning runaways. Now, a lot of people want to say, and have been saying throughout the years, slave patrols is modern day policing. When it comes to Black America, we can echo those same sentiments. Because when we look at the history of police brutality at the end of slavery in 1863, ushered in after that Jim Crow laws, yes, there were modern day slave patrol policing towards the Black Americans. But what does that have to do with ICE agents? It is a big difference. It's a big difference between ICE agents and slave patrols, because we're talking about legal authority versus vigilantism. See, slave patrols were empowered to maintain a system of chattel slavery, treating people as property. ICE is a federal agency operating under statutory authority to enforce immigration laws. The purpose of a slave patrol was to restrict movement of enslaved people to prevent escape or rebellion. ICE mandate is the detection and removal of foreign nationals who have violated federal immigration laws. That's the difference. People who come here illegally violating federal immigration laws. While a lot of critics argue some agents mask their identities, ICE operates within the legal system, where their actions can be challenged in federal courts, and there are right now. Agents are accountable to the Department of Homeland Security. Unlike the unregulated slave patrols. So that is the difference. You have legal authority who are removing illegals in this country for violating federal immigration laws. And these are people, these illegal migrants are people that came here on their own free will. No one didn't force them. They're not into forced labor. They never experienced chattel slavery. They never experienced Jim Crow. They never experienced mass incarceration. But they came here and they got reparations and they got restitution because the Democrats gave them free housing, free health care, monthly stipends, free education, jobs, work permits, transportation. Oh yeah, they gave them all of these luxury resources on our taxpayer dollars so that they can have an economic uplift. And that is why 20+% of Black Americans voted Republican and voted for Donald Trump. Now let's highlight outside of Jasmine Crockett, because she's part of the new Coon Black Party. Well, the new Black Coon Party. We have the president, the current president of the NAACP, Derek Johnson. He made a guest appearance on the Breakfast Club promoting his book. Again, talking about ICE agents being slave patrols and equating that with Black American history.
If you understand the history of this country, the Klan reemerged in the 1920s. They were able to reemerge through law enforcement, starting in Indiana, and they spread across the country. What we're seeing with the ICE operation now is they're recruiting white supremacists to come into the agency and go in and terrorize communities. Now, let's not be fooled and think it's all about the Latino community. No, it's us too. When they're in Minneapolis and they're pulling over brothers and sisters from Sudan, they look like us. Mm-hmm. They look like all of us around this table. So it's one group today, it's another one tomorrow, it is us after that. We have to stand up. So what we're looking at is Klan activity masquerading as ICE agents. Absolutely not. He done lost his mind. A Sudan does not look like a foundational Black American, nor do a Somalian. We are distinctly different looking. But here we go again. You have these Black coons in these positions of some form of leadership trying to lump us all together. No, they're going after the Latinos. They're going after the Africans. They're going after anybody who is not an American citizen, who does not hold a green card. Yes, as they should. We're going after anyone who crossed that border under the Biden administration. And by the way, ICE has not put a dent in detaining these illegals because it's been over 10 million. So listen, if you want a job, sign up to be an ICE agent. I don't know what this guy, Derek Johnson, is talking about. And this is the narrative that the Black Democrats are going with. They're going with the narrative of slave patrols. ICE agents are the new KKK. ICE agents are the new slave patrols because they're going after people that look like us. They can't tell the difference between a Black American and a Black Somalian or a Black Sudanian. They can't tell the difference. Yes, the fuck they can. Because if you cannot speak proper English, you have an accent, you don't have your papers. See, the Department of Homeland Security have all of our information, our socials, date of birth, our history of addresses. They have it all. They know who's a citizen and who is not. It's just that a lot of illegals that's been here for over 10 years, they're getting deported too.
Hey, listen. I want to be real clear when I say this, okay? Real clear. Pay attention, focus. If you are in videos or outside telling young people to go and march for a white woman who drove her ass from up and read a book, actually understand how immigration has highly become parasitic in this country and how it's out of control. Don't believe me? Well, let me show you.
Pull up and see the motherfucking listen. Pack your bag, time to go home. Talking crazy on our soil where our blood and bones grown. This our grind, we outside on it. While y'all fools on the outside looking, y'all show no respect to Black America, so leave. Hey. Y'all don't get it, so it's time to go home. Get the hell up out of America, take your disc, make it just fly on. Y'all don't get it, so it's time to go home. Get the hell up out of America, take your disc, make it just fly on. You landed on the tall smack fresh off the boat. Talking about y'all building nothing, man, you choking on the note. My ancestors the reason that this country even breathes. Picked the cotton, built the White House, planted.
And I say all of that to say that there is no nation in human history where prioritizing foreign occupation has ever been to the benefit of the native population. But I dare you to try and find one and prove me wrong.
Who in the hell is this guy, Paul Birdson? Because he's like bird shit. He's everywhere. This fake ass new Black Panther Party that has been going viral for the past few days, claiming to be the chairman of the Black Panther Party, as if he's still stuck in 1968. And this is supposed to be the new Black Panther Party of defense out of Philly. But they are protecting, their agenda is to protect the illegals, to protect the immigrant community against ICE and law enforcement. But you want to use the Black Panther Party that was solely for the protection of Black Americans, number one. And so now you want to sit up here and spin it and rewrite history, claiming that the Black Panther Party was international.
The people. I'm Chairman Paul Birdson from the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. I want to address a couple of things. Thing number one, I see a lot of people asking why the Black Panthers are going up against ICE for the immigrants. Well, I want to tell you something. The Black Panther Party is not a black nationalist organization. The new Black Panther Party might be. I'm not sure. The Revolutionary Black Panther Party might be. Any of these variations of Black Panther parties might be. But the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense, the one that Huey Newton started with Bobby Seale, is an internationalist organization that stands as allies with oppressed people no matter what their ethnic background is, no matter what their cultural background is. So just like my predecessors stood up against the United States of America's imperialist regime with Vietnam to stop the Vietnam War. I don't know if you know your history, you know the Black Panther Party was strictly opposed to the Vietnam War. We had the Rainbow Coalition with all different ethnic groups coming together and fighting against the regime together. That's what we stand for.
Won't no ICE agent ever run up on me. I guarantee you they won't. I'll put a hole in their chest the size of a window. Safe line repair, safe line replace. That's what's going to happen. They touch me. Unarmed woman was killed by ICE. If you think you're about to come and brutalize the people while we're standing here, fuck around and find out. Our interactions with the police and ICE, and we hold them accountable. We hold them accountable. We patrol the community and we hold them accountable. The Black Panther Party for Self-Defense, we're the same Panther Party from back in the day, but we're a little more aggressive now, you dig? Carry bigger guns and we don't take no shit. Places where there are a lot of immigrants at, I think that the community around them needs to take special care to them and needs to start escorting them to and from everywhere to make sure that they're safe. Because them ICE agents ain't gonna act like that if it's a bunch of people standing outside with assault rifles and shotguns. It's a semi-automatic shotgun. That means them shotgun shells that shoot out of a pump, they shoot them rapidly. If you are gonna legally arm yourself with something bigger than what they got. Those who serve in the public, they should be fearful of the public. They should be fearful that the public's going to be dissatisfied with their job that they're doing, not feeling like they're tyrants, not feeling like they're bullies because they got guns and body armor and walkie-talkies. That makes them immune to whatever the people would do. I think you want to correct the ideology of the pig and the mentality of the slave catcher. You meet them with equal force. All power to the motherfucking people. No power to the pig.
So you mean to tell me that your guns and your weapons are more forceful and stronger than the U.S. military? You could go up against that? Oh, they're going to be scared of you and back away and back down because you have an automatic, whatever you call it? What you going to do when you start seeing these tanks roll up in Philly, on the west side of Philly? You ain't going to do shit but stand down. Like, stop playing as if you are this militant, or you got this strong militant stronghold. You cannot win against law enforcement. You cannot win against the United States military. Stop it. The only person that's going to fuck around and find out is you and your fake ass Black Panther Party organization members. Because the only thing you're doing is protecting white liberals and illegals. Black people is not falling for this.
Well, there's this guy named Julio P. Newton. He's a Latino. Let's have him with a fake jive turkey accent where he's trying to cover up that Latino accent. Y'all notice that, fam? He's trying to cover up that Latino accent with a jive turkey accent, with the 1970s black exploitation film. Who the hell still talk like that? One thing, everybody out there listening, if you come around Black Americans with a fake black exploitation accent, we gonna roast your ass. So you see Black Lives Matter and the Tether Panther Party are both being used in the same exact way with the same exact tactics as if we ain't seen this before. Follow the talking points and then you already know who's sending these individuals. He gives all of these fake history lessons. He comes up with all these misconstrued and complete strikeouts about the real Black Panther Party. I done spoke more facts about the real Black Panther Party in 2 seconds, more than all the damn videos that he got on TikTok. Because he don't really know about the Black Panther Party. He studied the Black Panther Party. He put a little Latino twist on it to try to get black folks to go fight for Latinos. Let me show y'all the inside of their Tether Panther Party. Their headquarters looks like that right there. Family, my brothers and sisters, my certifieds, does that right there embody the spirit of that right there? Because that right there, I see black, 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 black. That's the original picture of the Black Panther Party. This right here is a current picture of the Tether Panther Party. Do those look the same? Do those look like they're fighting for the same people? Or does that look like an individual who's using all of our people to do the fighting? The oldest thing in the book is for them to put forth somebody who's not really a Black American, who's cosplaying as a Black American, Julio P. Newton, to talk all this reckless talk. What we say go. You can come up with whoever the hell you want to come up with. You can have the Burrito Panther Party, Taco. You can have the Nacho Bel Grande Panther Party, the Rainbow Panther Party, Skittles Bag, Fruit by the Foot, Fruit Roll Up Panther Party. You can have the Tether, the Mop. None of that matters. What we say goes. And if we say you ain't the Black Panther Party, then you ain't the Black Panther Party, because the Black Panther Party is foundational Black American.
Perfect word. Tether Panther Party. Yes, Black Alpha. And I couldn't think, I'm calling it the new Black Coon Party, but the Tether Panther Party, great name. That's exactly what they are. And just to finish up on this Paul Burson dude, you know, I came across this video here and it reminded me so much. It explains so much on how fake this so-called new Black Panther Party of self-defense is. What is this? This is a Key and Peele skit from about 5-7 years ago. And I'm like, yes, this is exactly what the new Black Panther Party looks like. It reminds me, it's all coming together now. I think this man here, Paul Burson, saw that Key and Peele clip 5 years ago and decided to just mimic it. The Black Panther Party started in 1967 or 1968. It was completely dismantled by 1972. So let's just take it from 1976, the year I was born, right, to the year 2020. There has not been any type of active Black Panther Party. A lot of those men and women were killed or imprisoned and still in prison today. So I would ask this guy here, Paul Burson, what have you done prior to 2020? And what have you done since 2020, your inception of this new Black Panther Party, to 2026? Nothing. You are paid by these white wealthy liberals to create this propaganda masked in Black American history to protect illegals and immigrants, to push back against our law enforcement.
I'm tired of marching. Tired of marching for something that should have been mine at birth. I don't mind saying to you tonight. I don't mind saying to you tonight that I'm tired of the tension surrounding our day. I don't mind saying to you tonight that I'm tired of living every day under the threat of death. I have no martyr complex. I want to live as long as anybody in this building tonight, and sometimes I begin to doubt whether I'm going to make it through. I must confess I'm tired. Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And he's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
Why are they looking for the excuse? What is it about the Negro? I mean, every other group that came as an immigrant somehow, not easily, but somehow got around it. Is it just the fact that Negroes are black?
That's a part of it, and that grows out of something else. You can't thingify anything without depersonalizing that something. If you use something as a means to an end, at that moment you make it a thing and you depersonalize it. The fact is that the Negro was a slave in this country for 244 years. That was a willful thing that was done. The Negro was brought here in chains, treated in very inhuman fashion, and this led to the thingification of the Negro. So he was not looked upon as a person. He was not looked upon as a human being with the same status and worth as other human beings. And the other thing is that human beings cannot continue to do wrong without eventually rationalizing that wrong. So slavery was justified morally, biologically, theoretically, scientifically, everything else. And it seems to me that white America must see that no other ethnic group has been a slave on American soil. That is one thing that other immigrant groups haven't had to face. The other thing is that the color became a stigma. American society made the Negro's color a stigma, and that can never be overlooked. So I think these things are absolutely necessary. The other thing is that America freed the slaves in 1863 through the Emancipation Proclamation of Abraham Lincoln, but gave the slaves no land or nothing in reality, and as a matter of fact, to get started on. At the same time, America was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that there was a willingness to give the white peasants from Europe an economic base. And yet it refused to give its black peasants from Africa, who came here involuntarily in chains and had worked free for 244 years, any kind of economic base. And so emancipation for the Negro was really freedom to hunger. It was freedom to the winds and rains of heaven. It was freedom without food to eat or land to cultivate, and therefore it was freedom and famine at the same time. And when white Americans tell the Negro to lift himself by his own bootstraps, they don't look over the legacy of slavery and segregation. I believe we ought to do all we can and seek to lift ourselves by our own bootstraps, but it's a cruel jest to say to a bootless man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And many Negroes, by the thousands and millions, have been left bootless as a result of all of these years of oppression and as a result of a society that deliberately made his color a stigma and something worthless and degrading.
Well said. And that's to the point. And everything he said in this clip is factual. See, today we have the Congressional Black Caucus, the Democrat Party. They enhance the illegals, particularly with an economic base by handing out billions and billions of dollars for their economic empowerment to not only give them boots and the bootstraps, but to give them 12 pairs of boots so that they can flourish here. Free education, free housing, food stamps, credit cards, work permits. They gave illegals in the last 4 years under the Biden administration everything that freedmen, ADOS, FBA, Black Americans should receive for reparations and restitution. So Martin Luther King in this clip is talking about white people, and he's right. And that hasn't changed today, because those same white people, Democrats then, and the Democrats today who are still white and Black are doing the same thing. They are trying to villainize ICE agents from deporting illegals and give incentives to illegals that in turn hinders and suppresses Black America economically. So thank you guys for tuning in to another Dana with the Data episode. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell button, and subscribe to the new Patreon. And I'm going to be doing more videos, definitely on Jasmine Crockett, her coon ass, and definitely on this immigration, illegal migrant crises that is going on right now in this country.
Dana with the data. Dana with the data.